The fire is the only eye in the great dark. It throws Zokar's shadow against the limestone wall, a giant, dancing caricature of the man himself. Zokar is old, his back bent like a warped bow. But in this sacred space, he is a titan. The assembled clan of Homo habilis, small, slope-browed, and perpetually hungry, huddles at a respectful distance. They watch in silence, their breath held captive by the ritual. This is the heart of their survival, a magic more potent than a sharpened stone. Zokar dips his fingers into a hollowed-out rock bowl. The paste is a deep, wet red, a mix of ochre clay, animal fat, and something else, a secret only he knows. He turns to the wall, a blank canvas of ancient stone. His first stroke is a bold black line of charcoal, the angry spine of the beast that haunts their hunts, the swift claw, the pack hunter. His movements are a language. The clan does not see a man painting, they see a conduit, a hand through which the spirit world makes its demands known. He alone can create these petroglyphs, these prayers of pigment and fear that keep the real-world monsters from their door. From the deepest shadows at the back of the cavern Honor watches. She is an outsider, marked by the taboo of her parents, who were taken by the river years ago after venturing out during a forbidden moon. She is tolerated but not embraced, a ghost living on the clan's periphery. This separation grants her a unique perspective. While the others see magic, Honor sees a process. Her eyes, sharp and intelligent, miss nothing. She notes the way Zokar grinds his charcoal with a specific fat stone, the precise amount of spit he uses to thin his ochre, the way he uses a frayed twig as a brush for fine lines in the heel of his palm for broad smudges of shadow. She memorizes the sequence of his strokes, the way he always paints the eye first, a single, malevolent dot that gives the beast its soul. Zokar finishes. He steps back from the wall, where a pack of charcoal predators now leaps in the flickering night. As a final act, he presses his red-smeared hand flat against the stone beneath the painting. It is his signature, his seal of power, the mark of the only man who can speak to the gods. A collective sigh of relief washes over the clan. The ritual is complete. The spirits are appeased. For another cycle of the moon, perhaps they will be safe. But Honor does not feel relief. She feels a cold, simmering anger. Zokar's power is not a gift from the spirits, it is a skill, a craft he guards with the ferocity of a predator protecting a kill. He holds the clan captive with his monopoly on hope, his exclusive access to the divine. She watches him accept the choicest cut of the meager meat they have, his reward for keeping them safe. And in the darkness, she makes a silent vow. She clenches her own small hand, imagining the feel of wet ochre on her palm. Zokar has a skill, and any skill she understands with a clarity that frightens her can be learned. She will steal his fire, not from the hearth, but from the walls of this sacred cave. The safety of the last moon cycle is a bitter memory. The swift claws, the dying hisses come not as a spirit pack, but as a whirlwind of tooth and sickle claw. They are a blur of organized violence, an ambush at the river bend that is over in heartbeats. They take Tam, a young hunter, and leave the clan shocked, bleeding, undiminished. The sacred painting on the wall, its pigments not yet even fully dry, has failed. The magic is broken. Zokar stands before the clan that evening, his face a thundercloud. He does not admit failure. His power is absolute, and so it cannot be flawed. The flaw must lie with them. The spirits are angry. His voice booms, echoing in the cavern. Your piety is weak. Your thoughts strayed from the ritual. A doubt in one heart as a whole. His finger, gnarled and accusatory, sweeps across their bowed heads. He is not a comforter. He is a judge. He feeds their fear back to them, seasoned with guilt. By making the tragedy their fault, he reinforces his own necessity. They need him to guide them, to purify them, to save them from their own weakness. Honor watches from the shadows, and for the first time, her simmering anger boils over into a cold, hard resolve. She saw him get taken. He was brave, kind. He once shared a roasted lizard with her when the others had turned their backs. Zokar's words are not just a lie, they are a desecration of their memory. The clan's fear is a cage, and Zokar holds the only key. She decides in that moment that she will forge her own. For days she works in secret. Deep in the cave system, beyond the living cavern in the sacred gallery, is a narrow fissure, a place forgotten by all but the bats. This becomes her workshop. By the sputtering light of a crude lamp, a hollow stone filled with animal fat, with a wick of twisted moss, she begins the painstaking work of reverse engineering a god. This is her own form of primitive technology, born of observation and will. She finds charcoal from the clan's dead forest and learns to grind it to a fine powder between two river stones. She discovers a seam of red ochre, a vein of frozen blood deep in the rock, and scrapes it out with a shard of flint. She chews strips of stolen fat until they are a soft, greasy paste, the perfect binder. Her first attempts on a loose slab of stone are a disaster. The lines are clumsy, the colors blotchy. Her charcoal beast is a deformed smudge, her ochre a meaningless smear. Frustration bites at her, a familiar, helpless feeling, but the image of Tam's final, terrified glance, and of Zokar's smug, accusing face, is a fire in her mind. She tries again. She closes her eyes and replays the memory of Zokar painting. She mimics his stance, the turn of his wrist, the pressure of his palm. She becomes an echo of the shaman, her movements a silent rebellion. And slowly, painstakingly, the magic comes. A line becomes a taut spine. A smudge becomes a shaded belly. A dot of black becomes a predator's eye. She stares at her creation, a perfect replica of Zokar's swift claw, snarling silently at her from the stone. She has done it. She has stolen the shaman's voice. And now, she will use it to speak a new word. In the secret fissure, honor adds the final touch. It is the eye, a gentle, liquid black eye, the size of her fist, filled not with malice, but with a serene and ancient calm. The creature she has painted is one the clan fears to even name, a beast from their oldest legends. It is not a predator. It is a god of the treetops, a mountain that walks. A Brachiosaurus. Brachiosaurus. Zokar's shamanism is built on the worship and appeasement of things that can kill them. To waste precious ochre on a creature that poses no threat, a gentle giant of the deep forest, is the ultimate heresy. And this painting is not a plea for safety. It is a statement of wonder. She does not have to reveal her work. A child, chasing a cave lizard, follows it into the fissure and stops dead. He does not scream. He stares, his mouth agape at the impossible image on the wall. He runs back to the clan, his words a jumble of armed terror. The clan follows him, their curiosity overriding their fear of the deep cave. Zokar comes last, his face a mask of cold fury. They find Honor standing before her creation, her small frame defiant in the torchlight. The silence is broken by a collective gasp. The painting is a masterpiece. It dwarfs Zokar's snarling predators in both scale and skill. The creature's long neck curves gracefully toward the roof of the fissure, as if reaching for a painted sun. Its skin is a complex tapestry of ochre and charcoal, dappled with shadow and light. It feels alive. Zokar sees not art, but rebellion. Sacrilege, he roars, his voice cracking. You have squandered the sacred colors. You have painted a false god, a spirit of no power. He turns to the clan, his arm outstretched, pointing a trembling finger at Honor. This is the source of our misfortune. Her doubt has brought the curse upon us. She must be cast out. The clan is a sea of confused faces. They are torn. The painting feels powerful, sacred, but Zokar's authority is the bedrock of their world. Fear and tradition are winning. Two hunters step forward to grab Honor's arms, but then a new sound begins, a vibration that comes not from Zokar's throat, but from the world outside. It is a low, resonant thrumming that they feel in their bones, in the very stone beneath their feet. The ground begins to tremble. It is not the sharp, predatory footstep of a carnosaur. It is the slow, rhythmic tread of a moving mountain. The clan rushes to the mouth of the cave. There, moving through the valley, is a sight from a forgotten dream. A herd of Brachiosaurus. Their immense heads sway above the canopy, their passage a slow, inexorable tide of flesh and bone. They are magnificent, terrifying, and utterly peaceful. They are not a curse. They are a miracle. They passed the cave, their presence so overwhelming that the usual forest predators have vanished, melting back into the shadows. As they move on, they leave a trail of broken branches, dislodged fruit, and a profound, ringing silence. The god on a painted has come, and it has brought them not destruction, but a bounty and a moment of perfect safety. The clan turns as one to look at honor, then at the silenced, trembling Zokar. In their eyes, a new world is being born. The hand that holds the brush is now more powerful than the hand that holds the fear. This was the birth of art as revolution. And as forgery was not just an act of defiance, it was the moment humanity discovered that images could do more than reflect reality. They could create it. Her painting did not appease a god. It revealed one. By daring to depict a different kind of power, the power of majesty over malice, she shattered her clan's prison of fear and opened their minds to a larger world. This was the first time an idea, expressed in ochre and charcoal, proved stronger than generations of religious dogma. It established a new path in human evolution, where the visionary, the artist, the one who sees the world differently, could challenge and even overthrow the established order. Every masterpiece that has ever questioned a king or defied a church, every piece of art that has ever inspired a rebellion, is a direct descendant of that first, heretical painting of a gentle giant, hidden in the deep, dark heart of a prehistoric cave. Look upon a work of art, and you will see the shadow of her hand. But change is not always born of peace, and a story is coming of a great winter, and a clan that must choose between a slow starvation or the madness of a great mammoth hunt across a frozen sea.